You, hey you, do you want to know how much money you can earn by putting money into a savings account and letting it sit there over time? You might want to watch this video. Hey, what's up guys? In today's lesson, we are going to learn about simple interest. What is simple interest, you might be asking yourself? Well, I'm glad you asked. So to help you understand why simple interest is important, I'm going to answer this question, which is, how does savings account work? Maybe you have a savings account and maybe you have some money in it. And so the way they work is you will put your money into the bank and the bank will give you money for putting your money there, because really what banks do is they take your money and they actually give it to other people, right? And so that is how banks work. But in order to keep your money, they will give you money, right? And so that money that they give you is called interest, right? The same way credit card companies make money, they will loan you money, but when they loan you money, guess what? You gotta pay them for loaning you the money, so they will charge interest. Okay, so what we're gonna see today is how to calculate interest, right? You might not be you may be thinking, how is this gonna apply to me? Guys, this will apply if you ever plan on buying a car, buying a home, these big purchases. A lot of times, you will buy them and you will be charged interest. So you might want to pay attention to today's lesson so you can know how much money you might be spending in interest, okay? So for calculating interest, we have this formula, and this formula is simple. And shout out to Miss Clock. I've heard her say this. Maybe you have, if you have her in support. She says, I like to party. I like to, and if you know Mr. Redmond, you know I like to party because I be getting down. But I'm gonna save that for another time. The formula is I equals PRT. But the letter I, and I stands for interest. The P stands for principal. The R is the rate, which is the percent. Okay, maybe I should have. Okay, that is the rate, but the rate is the percent. We've been talking about that. And then T is time, the amount of time that the money is there. Let's look at our first example. All right, you have a bank account, a savings account, and you are depositing $300 into the savings account, and it earns 6% simple interest. What is the balance of the account after 6 years? So, to calculate the simple interest, I am going to use my formula, I equals PRT. I like to party. I like to party. Okay, and so the I is the interest. The P, I said, is the principal. The principal is the amount of money that you are putting into the account, all right? So in this case, it is the 300, okay? So the 300 is the principal. The rate is the percent, and the percent is 6%. And the time, the T, the time is 6 years. So I am going to multiply 300 times 6% times 6. Now, if you will notice, I have Desmos calculator pulled up, and I really want to make sure that you can use this. So we're going to enter it into the Desmos calculator together. So all we're going to do is just enter our equation into Desmos. So we have 300 times 6%. Now when I put in 6%, it is going to say of. Well, when you are going to put of 1. Okay, so 6% of 1, and then multiply that times 6. And that gives me the amount of money that is it earned in interest. Okay, so 108 is my answer there. So It's as simple as that. You have a formula, you will need to memorize the formula, but I equals PRT. I like to partay is a way that you can remember it. All right, it's that simple. Let's move on to example number 2. Nicole's parents opened a savings account to help her save money for when she goes to school. They deposited $1,000 when she was born. How much will Nicole have in this account after 18 years at a yearly simple interest rate of 5.25%? So again, I'm looking for simple interest. To calculate the simple interest is I equals PRT. I like to partay. Okay, so to find the interest, the principal is the 100. That's how much was deposited. Okay, I'm sorry, not 100, 1,000. So we have 1,000 times percent. Okay, the percent is 5.25. And this time, the way I'm gonna write it is I know Desmos is gonna ask you percent of, so I'm just gonna write percent of 1 so that you can put that straight into the calculator. And then the T is the time, and the time is 18 years. And so then I have my formula. I've plugged all my numbers in into my formula, and then that'll give me my answer. So I got 1,000 times 5.25%, again, percent of, gonna put 1, times 18, and that gives me my answer. Oh, sorry, made a typo there. Go back. I put in 25, it should have been 28. So 5.28, and that gives me $950.40 as interest. Again, so a person would make $950 off of this account in 18 years. Okay, guys, hopefully you see this is very simple. Okay, we have a formula. All you have to do is use the formula. So I'm gonna pause it. And solve this problem on your own. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Solve it, then press play, check it, see if it's right. All right. I like the party. Anna deposited $7,500 into the bank. She got some moolah. She earns 4% interest. How much will she have earned after 2 years? Dos semanas? No, that's weeks. I don't know. Years, I can't. Anyway, let's get it. Interest equals the principal is 7,500. The the rate, which is the percent, is 4% of 1, right? Because that's just how Desmos is gonna write it. So, and then 2 years. All right. So then, pull up my Desmos. 7,500 times 4% of 1 times 2, and we get 600 as my answer. So the interest, $600 after 2 years. All right, pause it. Arizona's mom just purchased a new car, a room. She financed it, $45,000. Must have been a nice car. She must pay it back over 5 years with 11% interest. How much interest will she pay after she pays the car off? I like to party. I equals PRT. I like to party. I like to party. I like to party. I like to party. You can join me in the party. Join me where you at in your seat. We party. Hey, we party. Hey, we party. Hey. It's 30. Okay, let me. 45,000 is the principal. Percent, 11% of 1 times 5 years. Of 1 times 5, 24,700. So hold on. So guys, what I want you to see, I want you to make sense of this. If somebody bought a car, they're buying it for $45,000, and they're having an 11% interest rate. After 5 years, they will have paid this much in interest. So listen, I know this isn't what the question is asking, but what that means is when you add this plus 45,000, this is extra, you're gonna end up spending $69,000 for the car. So even though the car only costs 45,000, you're actually gonna end up spending 69,000. The moral of the story is you actually don't wanna buy money or buy cars or buy anything for that matter with taking out a loan or having to finance it. If you can pay cash, ladies and gentlemen. But that's another conversation for another day. All right. Hey, I could do these all day. I'm going to do one more. You're going to do one more. And raise your hand with the answer once you got it. Adios. You want to learn how to determine how much interest, money, dollar bills, y'all, that you can make over a little bit of time? You might want to watch this video. Let's get to the money.